Pre-rotations, UCLA, that's darn near perfect. 150 would be perfect at this juncture. And they're ahead of Oregon State. Hey, coming up tonight, it's the 11 o'clock Regional Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to your home teams. Home team news, local stories, regional highlights. Tonight at 11, it's the Regional Sports Report right here on Fox Sports Net. For the final rotation, up on the beam, the UCLA Bruins with a substitution. Dancher, who's been leading the all-around, is out of the all-around, replaced by Kristin Parker. Have to see if Dancher suffered an injury. Oregon State has struggled on the floor this year. Way too many falls. Somewhat maybe the Beavers victims of difficult routines. Some of the difficulties been taken out. Starting off on the beam for UCLA, Doni Thompson, a sophomore from Olympia, 9.875. Her career best, set that against Cal State Fullerton earlier this season.
This is somewhat like a home meet for Doni. She gets to come back to the Northwest to compete. There was her triple flag series, 2 flip-flops to a layout, and she had a slight off balance. Not a major deduction, though, maybe a half a tenth at most. 2 straddle jumps, nicely done. She's a strong gymnast. Plays to that strength. Handspring, a front handspring on the balance beam, which you don't see too many gymnasts do. Forward tumbling is a little more difficult on the balance beam than backward tumbling because it's blind. And there's a turning jump, and she lands it sideways. Again, it's almost more difficult to land it sideways than to do a full turn there because it's blind.
And you're trying to turn exactly 90% instead of all the way around.
Right, it's hard on your peripheral vision.
Or 90 degrees, I should say.
There's an interesting dismount, a gainer with a full twist.
Not a lot of margin for error on that. Doni Thompson starting out for UCLA. The Bruins, of course, defending beam champions. The departed Lena Degteva, who won 2 Pac-10 titles last year. And there's the score for Thompson, a 9.850. So the Bruins, again, lost 2 Pac-10 champions in Degteva and Moneymaker, but have reloaded nicely. Now here's Elaine Yoder starting off for Oregon State on the floor. Busy night for the freshman out of creative gymnastics.
This is really Elaine's best event. She's very graceful. She's a good dancer, and her dance comes out in floor exercise. She's still a freshman. She's still working on her confidence, her presence in front of the big crowd. And there's a nice 2.5 twist, a little bit of leg break, so maybe a half-tenth deduction.
But it's south of the border music.
Good opening pass, nice soft music. Elaine is a soft, graceful competitor. She has a good style. There's her next tumbling line, which is front tumbling, a front layout, front tuck, 2 saltos in a row, and the jump series, which all the gymnasts must show. Several leaps and jumps in a row. If they turn, the better. Good floor exercise set, good opening floor exercise routine for Oregon State. Last tumbling pass. A double full twist, that's a B dismount, meets the requirement. Solid routine for Elaine Yoder. That first gymnast up is so important. She sets the tone for all the gymnasts who will follow.
One more look at Elaine Yoder. This is her first tumbling run.
Round off, flip-flop, 2.5 double twist before landing. Nice and
the
solid.
number is a 9.80, and that is a career high. Quite a night for the young Beavers, Brew and Yoder. And now here's Onnie Willis. There's her numbers so far, trying to win the individual all-around title. She's ranked 10th in the country this year on the beam.
And what a mount did she open with? A front pike right onto the beam, and she was solid. Many gymnasts will take the easy way on balance beam and start with something simple. Just get up there. Not Onnie. She wants to take the risk. Her strength and her dynamics come out on this event. Oh, nice jump series. Switch straddle jump, switch leap jump. No pause in between. She made it look effortless.
Willis set the freshman school records in every event last year. And of course now Dancher's coming after her for those numbers.
I think Willis is holding her own. There's a front somersault. She has a slide off balance. It's a little low. She had to check herself. And she probably intended for that to tumble into the tumbling pass, so she'll not get that series connected together. The judges won't take a deduction. They just won't give her the extra bonus. She doesn't really need it. She has all the skills in the world. Her dismount, a double back, perfect. Slight step on landing. She has a solid routine, 10-0 routine. And she should score well.
Now here's some of this balance work.
That front somersault, she's slightly off balance. She checks herself, but she's able to hold on. Double back. The coach can be in there, but he can't get on the platform. He can't touch her. Good routine for Onnie Willis.
9.85, and she took the tough way on and off. And there's that overall number, the all-around 39.675. That's going to be hard to beat. Soni Meduna on the floor for Oregon State. Coming off a 9.8. She really had a terrible floor routine at Arizona. Took a fall there and really broke through with a good floor routine a week ago and starts out nicely.
She has a nice double back pike. Pretty good body position. Has to check herself on the landing. Maybe the judge would take a half a 10. Nice high leap into the air out of a round off. And this routine suits Soni very well. Good choreography for her. She's not a graceful gymnast. She's a powerful gymnast. Nice twisting somersault. And she can be dramatic here.
Very dramatic spy soundtrack sounding music.
Her leap, turning leaps fulfilled the requirement for bonus and a jump series. And now all she needs to do is finish strong. Last tumbling line. 2 front somersaults, 1 laid out, 1 tucked. Nicely done. And it's been a good night for Soni Meduna.
The spy who tumbled.
Here we see her tumbling line. Round off flip-flop, double back pike. Just a little check on the landing, not much. Her last tumbling line, 2 front somersaults, 1 laid out, 1 tucked. Solid performance for Soni.
9-7, and you can see this Oregon State team coming together with the youngsters. Now Kristin Parker, who just was added again to the beam rotation instead of Dancher, and there's Parker's numbers now. We think about her in the all-around race. See what numbers she can put up chasing her teammate Willis for the individual all-around tonight.
She has a nice V-up mount on the balance beam, shows her strength. Setting up for her tumbling series. 2 flip-flops into a layout. That's the skill that most of the gymnasts do. They put it at the beginning of the routine so they can have it out of the way and be done. Switch leap into an immediate gainer step out. Very nicely done. Those are 2 hard moves to put together. She did it without a pause. There's her 2 straddle jumps, and she adds a little beat jump at the end. So for certain, she has impressed the judges with her transitions and combinations together. Full turn. Another jump. She probably intended for those to be without a pause. Needs to set up to get off the beam. Her dismount, a gainer full twist. Perfect layout position, no knee bends. Finished the routine very strong. Off the side is a little more difficult than if she'd done it off the end of the beam. Here's her tumbling. 2 flip-flops into a layout step out. Perfect.
Well, not bad for not expecting to do the all-around. Look at that number, 39.